Boy, you really you just got the Jay Peckham advice there before we went live on this.
I did.
We're back at the Progressive Auto Sales Arena. Well, we never left. We're just back talking to you right now. Bit of a change again, sort of. Like it was 0-0 before, now we're 1-1, so it's still kind of 0-0. But there's a hockey game going on out there for sure, which, like you said, is great because it's a hockey game.
Absolutely. You know what? Both teams are playing hard, so it's a lot of fun to watch. There's not a whole bunch of shots. It's not lopsided one way or the other, so it's always good. They're both in line. They should end up around 30 shots on goal each. I think as a coach, you're probably looking to do that.
Which is something we haven't really seen that high of shots on goal this year from the Sarnia Sting.
The first few games, they were okay. They were bombing like 30 to 40 shots on goal.
Yeah.
But they've settled down now a little bit. I don't know if they've changed their, again, going back to the program or their scheme of things or whatever. But, they've only got 17 I'm seeing right now. So I think they got to put some more pucks on the net in order to come out with a win.
Yeah, well, and both goalies here too, and I say both goalies because they really are both stopping the puck. There's been a lot of opportunities for both teams. Obviously our goal was pretty awesome. Hugo got in there and kind of a breakaway goal. Adam Ruzicka helping him out in there, which is nice to see Adam in there.
Well, it's nice to see if they both can get going. I think the Sting are going to have a good future this season. But they got to play the game, play the systems, and hopefully everything works out for the best.
Yeah, well, both teams in front of the puck, both teams behind the puck. We've seen a few penalties that came out of Sarnia Sting earlier. I know, we'll get to that one, Jake. That's foreshadowing, by the way.
Yes.
Twice we've had too many men on ice. How does that happen?
Well, the first one wasn't obvious. I mean, they're just excited to get out there. The second one, Barry had shot the puck towards the Sting bench, player coming off, hits his foot, then he plays the puck right away. It's more of a reaction, right? So that's unfortunate, but you can't make those. You can't make those.
Well, it's one of those penalties where you don't really see it too often, but you don't really see it twice in a game, typically.
Almost right back to back too. So yeah, it was, like I said, it was unfortunate, but I think because of the situations, they were both kind of a little bit different. And I'm sure they're talking to the boys right now and saying, look, we got to time this a little better and make sure that we're not off or on the ice totally.
Yeah. It's good to be excited and motivated, but let's keep our eye out there. Okay, now I know you want to talk about it, and we'll find a way to talk about it. We just saw a hit on from one of our guys to the Barrie Colts, and talk about that. And then you were honestly making a suggestion that I think you were quite sincere about before we started rolling the camera here.
No comment, David. No, actually,
you're on the hook.
Yeah, no, it's one of those plays that the new hockey, if you will, the last probably 5 to 8 years.
Yeah.
When someone goes into the corner, they automatically put their back to the player that's checking them or chasing after them. And I hate it because for the safety of the players, they talk about safety of the players from a league level, but from the safety of the players, why do you want someone turning instantly when you're skating? I don't know how fast they skate, but let's say you're skating 20 miles an hour, 15 miles an hour, and all of a sudden you're expected to stop. This isn't a video game. This is real life.
Right.
And when that
momentum.
Yeah, exactly. And when that player turns real quick, he knows he's turning. The other player doesn't know he's turning. The coaches are yelling at everybody to play play at top speed. Give me all you got. So that player's going in. He's going in hot. The opposition turns in the corners. Next thing you know, there's a hit from behind. That player might end up concussed. The player might end up with a glass, all in his face, broken teeth, broken nose. I don't like the way this type of hockey is kind of being played and conveyed by the league. It's not really that player's fault that hit him, and I hate to say it.
It's the receiver that put himself in that position.
Exactly, and sometimes these hits aren't even malicious. They're guys they're playing. They put a little stick in their back, kind of like a cross check, kind of throw them off balance. It's the same thing because they know they're going to go in and basically screen the puck with their backside and their back. It's so hard to move, and it's a fast game out there, and I don't know.
Is there a strategy sometimes? How am I trying to say? Is there a strategy sometimes you think where I'm trying to make you take a penalty.
Absolutely.
Putting myself out there.
I think part of when
that's dangerous sometimes. So
yeah, when this whole type of defensive offense or whatever you want to call it, when I think that was kind of part of it was, look, you're going to draw a penalty too for the team. Someone's going to hit you from behind. Brace yourselves. I'm sure there's a whole lot of coaching and there's a proper way to do it. You know, like they shape like a V when they do it. They kind of stick their butt out, and so you know you're not getting that straight hit. Sticking your butt out puts what in front? Your head closest to the glass. So I don't really get it if we're talking safety of the player. I get it from the actual hockey sense of it, but I don't get it from if we're protecting the players. I don't get why we allow that.
Right. Well, and that's really, I guess, that's part of the referee's job is not just calling penalties and whatever. It's they're there to keep things safe on the ice as well, right? That's a big responsibility as part of being a referee.
Right, but I mean, again, the actual penalties, the hit from behind, not the spin in front.
Yeah.
You know, so that's what makes it tough. And you know what? Hey, maybe in a few years when they eliminate checking out of hockey and all the roughhousing that it's been, that a lot of fans love it for, maybe that'll be something that they look at, that it's just like a fast-forward game and, you know, everyone's just playing hard and
just play hockey.
Just play hockey.
Well, we're seeing that out there, as we mentioned at the start of this broadcast. Both teams are playing hockey. Do you think now in the locker room, moving into the final period's typically something, especially when you're at one apiece and, you know, the shots on goal are fairly even, 22-17 here right now. Do the Sting need to just keep playing what they've been playing all the way through here, or is there a new strategy coming out into the third period?
No, I think they're doing well, actually. You know what? There's a lot of play going on in between the blue lines. What the Sting are doing tonight, though, that I love, they've blocked so many shots. Their defensive core, went down to block shots, not letting those pucks get through. That's so huge in this league. And the Barrie Colts I think they're second or third in the East in scoring, so they can put the puck in the net. So if you don't get them a chance to put the puck on the net, then that's going to help their cause out a lot. And their defensive play tonight, I think, has been outstanding, really. They're clearing the pucks well. They had to battle off a couple penalties. Last 6 minutes of the second period, they had 4 minutes in penalties, and one was a 5-on-3, a full 2-minute 5-on-3. Yeah. Didn't let any goals in, so hats off to the boys.
Yeah. Let's go over to the bench for a minute here before we wrap things up. I mean, Darian Hatcher is obviously a very strong-spoken coach, and a lot of games we've seen a lot of frustration, it would seem like, coming from the bench when he's talking to those referees, and obviously not very happy. What do you think's happening there?
I love him. You know what? It's great to see a passionate guy doing his thing, and it's not just about coaching. It's as a person in general. You know, I don't know exactly what the situation was. He kept pointing to the other end, so I don't know if there was a call that they missed there. So he's comparing the two calls that had happened. But I mean, at the end of the day, you know what? He's not only is he trying to win the game, he's trying to even it up a little bit. And as I said, in an earlier show, every game's psychological to me anyway, and I believe that. And it's just great to see passion. A lot of coaches just give up on it, and they'll cry for a little bit and yell and scream a little, say a few bad things, and then they move on with their day. But you know what? He was trying to make a point, and hats off to him for doing a great job.
Yeah, well, I think most would agree with you on that he's definitely passionate. David Legwan in there as well, very passionate about because sometimes I think you see coaches come from a certain part of that hockey world, and I go to an OHL team, and they're just kind of there. But they're really in this game. This coaching staff has been, it seems, from the very start of them becoming a part of the Sting. Yeah,
I think they're doing a great job, and they've had to go through a whole lot of changes and whatnot over the last couple of years. So, you know what? I think it's just a matter of time, and they're going to put something together that Sarnia's going to be proud of.
Right. Okay. Well, let's see if they put something together. Come here in the third period as we're getting ready. About 4 minutes away, the Sarnia Sting looking to get another W in that win column here against the Barrie Colts tonight. Currently a score of 1-1. We'll keep you updated as to what happens here in the third period. Jake, thanks so much for coming and talking to me once again.
Thank you.
Right. And go see Jake down at 988 Confederation Street at Philly Cheese Jake's. I keep saying I'm due, but I got to get there. I haven't been there in a couple of weeks. So we'll be down there. I never, and you're really good at taking care of me. You just go, I just give
Here
me
you
whatever.
go. Yeah. I'll bend
I
your
know the
Dave.
boy's a little more fussy, right? Jay Beckham's he's making faces in the back. He just wanted his name mentioned, I think, quite honestly
did.
here. All right, 1-1 right now as Sarnia Sting again taking on the Barrie Colts. We'll see what brings it here in the third period. We'll keep you updated, and of course, as always, we'll be live post-game down in the Players Lounge. Never know who we're going to talk to there, so keep watching for more. Broadcasting for the show live on location as part of the Video Show Network. My friend Jake Cherski joining me. We will talk to you soon.